things into details. You see, there is a difference between prospering and then needing what we call help. The help comes in the form of a very short prosperity. Maybe you need a contract, you need money from the fourth physical quadrant, and miraculous money. These particular things, they come in a form of a gift. It can also be termed as help. Now, when it comes to prosperity, prosperity is a gift. One thing that you must understand, prosperity is a gift. You can be a man of God and you don't have the gift of prosperity. You can be a prophet, you can be an apostle, you can be a bishop, you can be a teacher, whoever that it is, and not have the gift of prosperity. And there are levels of prosperity. There are about 21 levels of prosperity. So far, ever since God installed me into this position, He has shown me 21 levels of prosperity. And within this human realm, this particular human realm, there are 12 types of prosperity, which is categorized or grouped into 4, and one each is splitted into 3. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 12, 3 times 4 is 12 as well. So, as much that you are living in this earthly realm, automatically you will need the 12 light. We call it the 12 cosmic ray light. Each prosperity connotes to one light. So, in this existential realm of humanity, if you want to be fully, if you want to attain to a higher height fully, you must get the 12 ray light. And once they give you the 12 ray light, it means you will function in every aspect of human life. You will prosper in terms of monetary wise, health wise, intelligence wise, wisdom wise, in terms of intellectual wise, everything, wealth, prosperity, success, long life, all these things will be bestowed upon you once you have the 12 cosmic ray light. But majority of the times, people don't get the exact 12 cosmic ray light. Now, when you move beyond this existential realm, then we have about 21 of them. But as human, you are entitled to receive only 12 rays. And each of the rays is substituted by a color. We have the green one, the yellow one, the violet, the golden. The highest of them all is the golden ray light. The golden ray light. So once you get all these 12 rays, the rays comes with a seal. Once you get them, you'll prosper. Now, when you read Genesis chapter 49, if you have your Bibles with you, these particular blessings was bestowed upon Joseph when Jacob decided to bless his 12 boys. He bestowed these particular blessings onto Joseph. Now, this is it. Genesis chapter 49, I think verse, let me see. Who else? Now, Genesis chapter 49, verse 25. Genesis chapter 49, verse 25. The 12 blessings that I'm talking about, which humans are entitled to, it is found in Genesis 49, verse 25. It says, even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of the heavens above. Now, the blessings of the heavens above is one, but it has a subset under it. Now, let's move on. Blessings of the deep that lied under, blessings of the breast, and then the blessings of the womb, and that is it. You see, so this is it. Let's give it a count again. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with the blessings of heavens above. That is one. Blessings of the deep that lied under. That is two. Blessings of the breast. That is three. And of the womb. That is four. And with all these four blessings, they actually have a subset under it, which makes it two subsets under each of them, which makes it three. So 4 times 3 is 12. So humans, we are entitled to this particular 12 pillars of blessings. Now, the blessings above the Bible is talking about is your abilities. The ability that God will bestow upon you. Not to have one ability, but abilities. There are so many abilities that you are supposed to be wielded to when it comes to the blessings of heaven. An ability gives you a divine mandate, a single mandate. You understand what I'm saying? So you must get abilities. You must be able to function within the intricate realm of different existential realm as such. You must get that ability. So the first one, which is described as the blessings above, has been divided into 3. The first one is to get the blessings where God will give you a seal that will mandate you to be able to communicate with the higher heavens. There are so many people who have been banished. Their voice has been discredited from penetrating the higher heavens. So when you read from Genesis coming, all our great grandfathers, our predecessors, these particular blessings were bestowed upon them. So Joshua had the privilege to communicate with heavens. Angels appeared to Joshua. Angels appeared to Moses. Angels appeared to Gideon. Angels appeared to Samuel, Jeremiah, Habakkuk. All these wonderful minor and major prophets who has had the opportunity to grace this particular earth, they were all having this particular first blessings. But ask yourself, how many people in this world has this particular blessing? There are so many of you people, you don't hear from God. Some of you people, even when you hear, you don't understand. This is how your life has come to be. So you don't have this particular blessing when it comes to the blessings from above. Now, the second thing in here that comes in when we talk about the blessings from above is to have your name written in the book of life. Is to have your name written in the book of life. It's a blessing. Not everybody's name will be written in the book of life. So once your name is written in the book of life, it's a blessing from above. So how many of you people, ever since you became born again, whatever denomination that you find yourself, whatever doctrines that you have been fed with, how many times have you had the opportunity to look at this particular book of life? Have you ever witnessed it yourself? where your name is written in the book of life. Have you ever? It's a blessing. So majority of the people, they are wasting their time. They go to church, pay tithe, sing praises, hymns and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, their name will not be coded into the book of life. Now, you see, somebody will ask you, how would you get it? You are naive. You are naive. You must understand that when you read the book of Revelation, when John, as an apostle of Christ, when he hadn't kicked the bucket, he had the opportunity to ascend to the zenith of heavens in the realms of the spirit, where the book of life was shown to him, where he saw 144,000 individuals whose name were sealed and recorded in the book of life. So if John saw it, if not times factor, I would have taken my time to quote quotation and tell you each and every one of them the exact page where they had an encounter with the book of life. So to have your name written in the book of life is a blessing that comes from the higher, the heavens above. It's a higher blessing. It is only God that gives you that blessings and no other. Now, the other one is a blessing that will be given to you to visit heaven every now and then. Another blessing that as human you can have in this world is to visit heaven. You don't need to die before you visit heaven. It is a complete lie. I've taught you means, strategies, tactically, as how to ascend to heavens, or how heavens visit humanity, or you in person visit heavens. So you should understand that. Why should I have to die before I can ascend to heavens? Why is it that Ezekiel didn't die, but yet his spirit was taken from this planet Earth and he ascended to the highest clouds, which is the zenith of heavens, to look at certain things? Now Jesus says something. He says, in my Father's house there are so many mansions. So the question in here is that, how many of the mansions in heaven have you had the opportunity to visit? How many of the mansions in heaven have you had the opportunity to visit? When John Revelator was alive, he visited heaven. When Paul was alive, he visited heaven. When Moses was alive, he visited heaven. When Abraham was alive, he visited heaven. When our great-grandfather Enoch was alive, he visited heaven. When Noah was alive, he visited heaven. Countless occasions where these individuals visited heaven. So why do you want to kick the bucket before you visit heaven? Why? I don't believe in that. In as much that I have experienced that personally, severally. Why can't anybody also do it? Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. So the question in here is that, for God to give you a seal which will warrant you to gain access to the entire mansions. Now, when we talk about the celestial bureaucratic world, there are systems. You cannot just pray for God to come and take you to visit the higher heavens. No. You need a seal and then a password, because there are angels who are stationed at each sphere, and once you get to the gate, you must show your seal and then speak of the password for the gate to open. Once you get to the gate and you don't have the seal and the password, they will see you as a threat who has invaded heavens without a proper measure. So it's either they obliterate your essence, or annihilate your soul on that particular dimension. So severally, you need a seal and then a password. A password is a written word that when you get to the entrance of heaven, you will say and the gates will open. Either you enter the first, you go to first heaven, that is the Shamayims, the second, the third, the fourth, or whatever. All these stages or higher levels requires a password and then a seal before you can access that dimension. So it is a blessing. It is a blessing for the higher heavens to grant you that merit, so that every now and then you can ascend to heavens and talk to the higher ones over there. So this is a blessing that Jacob was having, and he didn't want to give it to any of his sons, with the exception of Joseph. So he told Joseph that from today henceforth, I have given you a seal and then a password. All the three types of blessings which is deemed it fit to be bestowed upon humanity, I have given it out to you, Joseph. From today, your name shall never be blotted out of the book of life. From today, I have given you these credentials. Anytime that you want, I, Jacob, I am ascending to the zenith of heavens. You can come there and visit me, your father. But none of your brothers will have that opportunity to ascend to zenith of heavens. That is why majority of you people, the only place that you do visit is when you go into your bed and sleep. You always dream and you are back in your hometown. This is an evil visit. You are in America, Canada, Germany, or you've traveled overseas. You are no more living in your hometown, but anytime that you dream, you see yourself coming back to your hometown. And sometimes you are naked, you don't have anything, a whole lot of things. When will you go into your chamber, have a very nice sleep? Then all of a sudden your eyes will open, and then you will ascend to heavens. There are two main means to which a man can access heavenly visitation. Is either the heavens come down or you go up there. Two main doors. You can do it. It is as cheap. If I want, I will teach you. If I want, I will not teach you. This is what I say and people don't get it. That makes me OPATAFUOR. Now, you see, when David actually blessed his son Solomon, the heavens came down. When Solomon went to sleep, the Spirit of God appeared to him in a dream. That was heaven coming down to visit him. Now, when Moses had an encounter in a burning bush, that was heavenly visitation. When the angels, through the angel of the Lord, who is a direct representative of God here on earth, when they visited Abraham, and Abraham killed a sheep and gave it to Sarah for Sarah to prepare a meat or a meal for them. Now that was heavenly visitation. When God wanted to go and destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, that was heavenly visitation. God engaged Abraham on a higher dimensions where they were communicating. You see, that was heavenly visitation. You see, a lot. So it's either you invite heavens, and you see, it is a blessing. It is not everybody that can command angel or talk to God for God to descend down. Like how I used to do it. Sit at the comfort of my house and order the heavens, and then the angels will come to my aid and ask me, what do I want? Tell them, go and do this, that. And at a twinkle of an eye, at a blink, just like this, now everything has been done. That is it. It is a privilege. It is a blessing, a higher blessings among all blessings. And you see, to have the opportunity to function in the afterlife is also an opportunity, because majority of the people will lose their life once they kick the bucket. There wouldn't be any opportunity or a second life for them. because their names were not sealed. They didn't live their life according to the will of the Lord. So get that. So that is the first blessing. Now, the second blessing says this. It says, blessings of the deep that lieth under. There are three types of blessings that lieth under, which is the blessings of the sea. Have you asked yourself why Jesus was walking on the sea at the early at dawn, when Peter actually saw him, and Peter cried unto Jesus that, Jesus, where you are, should I come? And Jesus responded by saying yes. And when Peter decided to walk through the water to where Jesus was, all of a sudden he was sinking. Have you asked yourself? Jesus was able to do that because there's a blessing, there is a particular blessing in a sea. Now, there is a special blessing. Take it from OPATAFUOR, that is in the sea. But listen to me. It is not stationed under the sea or anywhere. That particular blessing comes directly from God. And when God gives you this particular blessing, which lieth under the sea, now all demons, all principalities, powers of darkness, all these entities will yield obedience to your voice. That is why when Jesus was walking on the sea, no demon interfered, no principality interfered, no evil spirit. The primordial demon or spirit functioning at the cosmic level called Leviathan, this spirit even didn't trouble Jesus. He was not bothered. All these chaotic entities, dreaded deities of the underworld, all these entities, they became obedient by not troubling Jesus. Do you have that merit? Has that blessings been bestowed upon you? You don't have it. See the way I always say that if you claim you are an occultic institution where you believe in your grandmasters and so-called deities that you are serving, I've thrown a challenge out there. Use me as a scapegoat. For me to be able to say this. So you see, 418 people are watching us, and you think all these people are men of God, or all these people are the daughters and sons of God, right? No. Some of them are witches and wizards. Some of them are fetish priests, zangomas, witch doctors, priestess. Different categories of persons who are watching me. Some of them, they have spiritual eyes, bad spiritual eyes. They can hurt you at any moment. They can strike you just like that. Now, for me to sit down and throw challenges like that, it means God has given me something special. If you don't have that special thing that God has given to me, you can't say the things that I say. You can never do the things that I do. So Jesus, when he crossed the sea to the shores of Gadara, he had an engagement with a demon and a principality who has possessed a guy and has caused him to be mad. The very moment the demon had an encounter with Jesus, the demon was able to recognize the identity of Jesus. And the demon pleaded by saying that, please don't destroy us. Cast us so that we can go out there and then inhabit the pigs over there. And Jesus responded to them by granting them their wish. So he casted these demons and told them to go and inhabit the pigs over there. This is power and authority. This particular same Bible, when you read it, there is a saying that there were some two guys who were possessed with demons. And then they live along the entrance of the gate of a city. And because of the nature of the demons that they are possessed with, nobody can cross that particular territory. Once you go there, the demons will strike you dead. But Jesus took the privilege and walked through the shadows of the powers of darkness in that vicinity, and nothing happened to Jesus. This is authority. for God to grant you this authority in this realm. So the blessings that lie beneath is what I'm telling you. Do you have that blessing? You don't have that particular blessing. You always dream and they are giving you food in the dream. You always dream and a demon is having an intimacy with you. Every now and then a demon will come and have sex with you. And the saddest aspect of it is that after the demon having its way out of you, the demon will not give you a chop money. If it were to be your boyfriend, you would have demanded for something. But this particular demon has been having its way out of you, and the demon doesn't put anything on the table. And because of that, after having an intimacy with this particular said demons, it tends to be catastrophic, where you'll be experiencing promise and fail and stuff like that. Things are not moving on well for you because you are spiritually incapacitated. You don't have that favor. Do you have that power? You don't have it. Now, the same blessings that lie under the sea or beneath the deep is a blessing which is found in the book of Revelation, where Jesus granted these particular blessings unto the apostles. Once you are fortunate to be given this particular blessing which lieth beneath the deep, your name will be among the people whose name were used as a foundation where the new Jerusalem will be built on. So it means in the coming world, your name will not be just an ordinary name as how people will be mentioned just like that. Your name will be functioning on the cosmic dimension where even angels and other higher luminous beings will respect you. Now, when you read the book of Revelation, let's see something. I think it's in the book of Revelation something. Yeah, let me see if I'll get it. The book of Revelation. The book of Revelation. It is in the book of Revelation or something like that. I'll get time and look for it for you. Now, in that particular scripture, it goes on to affirm that now the names of the 12 apostles are found on the pillars of New Jerusalem, which is their name has been embedded into the foundation. So once God gives you this particular grace, it means you have become part of creation. You were part of the authorities and the grace and favors that made sure this world came into an existence. So with that factor, you don't become a creature. By virtue of this particular blessing, you become a creator. So in the next coming world, without the name of the great apostles, this world will never function. That is why, as I speak with you, there are some individuals who were apostles, who were prophets, who has been given this grace to function in this merit where their name has been embedded into the foundations of this world. So they function not in the mere mortal dimension, but on the higher cosmic dimension. So that is how it is. On the another note that you must understand, as a believer, you must understand that this world is governed by principles, rules, and mysteries as well. Now, let's check another thing. It says, blessings of the breast. There is a blessing that comes from that big breast in heaven. You know that in heaven there is a very big breast where every woman derives her sources from. There is a big breast that every woman always gets her source from. So the blessings of the breast For you to become wise will depend on this particular breast. You can give birth to a child, a boy, a girl, and that child is foolish. Excuse me for my language, but I have to say it that way. Have you asked yourself why some people, they act like an idiot? For you to get sense, for you to get wisdom, to function within this existential realm, you must get that wisdom from this particular breast. You must get that wisdom from this particular breast. So once you suck the breast of a woman, not in your adulthood age, some of you, the married men, the way you have been fighting with women breasts in the secret chamber of your abode, be very careful. The day God will catch you, will beat you very well. Now, this is it. That was just by the way. I'm just joking. You can enjoy your wife, enjoy her, go ahead, enjoy her, okay? Don't be offended. That's just by the way. I just chip in this just to make the thing sweet. Now, this particular blessing for a child to become wise, that particular child needs to suck the breast of its mother. And have you asked yourself, how did the breast milk came about? A woman will be walking there just like that, only for her to get pregnant, give birth, and a liquid substance has come to station in her breast. But all this while, when she hadn't given birth, there was nothing like that. Do you know the source of that milk? That milk came directly from heaven, which was specially prepared by God from all the universal source, that is the universal breast. So for you to become wise, intelligent, smart person, you must be given a milk from this particular breast. So Jacob didn't want Joseph to become idiot like his brothers, so he gave Joseph the blessings of the breast. Oh yes, the blessings of the breast. Now, for you to live here on earth and grow old depends on the breast you sucked. There are some of you, the breast you sucked, the breast milk you took was cursed. One day I'll take my time and then treat that particular topic as well. Some of you, your mothers, their breasts were cursed. So the breast you suck is not making you function properly. Something like that. So for you to grow old and enjoy healthy life, you must be given this breast milk spiritually. That is why it is stationed in heaven, not on earth. So Jacob pleaded with the higher heavens to give his beloved son Joseph all these blessings. So with the issues of these blessings, now the other one is the blessing of the womb. The blessing of the womb. The blessings of the womb is also categorized into three. The first one is your ability to give birth. Is your ability to give birth. There are some of the people who are cursed. They will come to this world, they will never give birth till they die. There are some of them, they will give birth, but their sons and daughters will become criminals, dangerous people in society. They will boycott the ways of God and take to whatever that pleases them. They will take to the path that pleases them. So all these things comes from the womb that inhabited them when they were young. Some of you, there is a curse on your womb, and that curse needs to be revoked or be broken into pieces, just like that. So for you to become an extraordinary person, a special man here on earth, a special woman, for you to be a blessing, a standout among your siblings, your peers in society. It depends on the womb that formed you. So, have you asked yourself, why among the 12 sons of Jacob, it was only Joseph that was singled out to be prospered? Such things happen because Joseph was blessed with the blessings of the womb. So, the blessings of the womb, it's like that. There are some people, when they come to this earth, this particular earth, they will not prosper. They will not prosper. So when you meet people like OPATAFUOR, people of our type, and we see to it that the womb that bears you was cursed, I have every right to rewrite your destiny code. I have that thing. That thing God has given. About 10 years ago, God gave me that gift. He said, for anybody who comes to you and the destiny has been tempered, when they do things that pleases you, or when I instruct you to do for them, you rewrite their destiny patterns, their destiny code. You change it for them. There are people in this world, they will never enjoy life till they die. They will go through series of chains of problems every now and then. Problems upon problems. Do you know why? It's because of the womb that carried them. The womb. Some of you are suffering because of the womb that carried you. Some of you, all what you have amassed, at the end of the day, you lose it all. That is why some people can say, 10 years ago, I was very rich, but today I don't have anything. Why would you be rich 10 years ago and today you don't have anything? Because of the womb that carried you. There is a pronouncement, a decree, a curse on the womb that anything that comes out of that particular womb, at the end of the day, it will become a curse. At the end of the day. That is why Bible says that during the times of Ezekiel, when the entire Israelites were suffering, they went to Ezekiel to inquire of him because he happens to be the prophet. And then when they went to Ezekiel to inquire of him that why are the entire Israelites suffering, then God decided to appear to the prophet Ezekiel by giving him a revelational knowledge, by telling Ezekiel that he should tell the people that the reason why they are suffering is because of the womb that birthed them, the womb that carried them in 9 months. Let me prove to you. Open your Bibles to Ezekiel chapter 16. If you have your Bibles there, open it there. You people, you are too troublesome. You ask questions. Now, listen to what God said to his people. Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 1 down. It says, again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations, and say, Thus says the Lord God unto Jerusalem, Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite. And as for thy nativity, in the day thou wast born, thy navel was not cut, neither was thou washed in water to supple thee. Thou wast not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. None I pitied thee, nor do any of this unto thee. Now, let me decode this for the betterment of all of us. Now, the verse 16, chapter 16, verse 1 to 3. God was actually trying to pinpoint the root cause of the problems, the hardship, the pains, and the impoverished life that Israelites were experiencing, the Jewish people were experiencing. God was trying to pinpoint the source of the problem. So he actually pointed to them that the womb that bore you, your mom, there was a curse on some of you people, there was a curse on the womb of your mothers. Now he says, as for thy nativity, in the day thou was born, thy navel was not cut. Thy navel, you see, the navel that was not cut doesn't necessarily means that your navel was not cut, like how naturally when you were birthed in the hospital, they will cut the navel and address and then dress it very well. That's not what God was referring to. But for God to tell you that your navel was not cut, you know very well that when you were a child in the womb of your mother, the means to which your mom used to connect with you and speak to you is through the navel. So everything upon your mom was highly transmittable. A curse, a pronouncement, an evil decree against your mother was highly transmittable through the navel, because it is the only source that connects you and your mom. So when a child is being brought to the world, you could see that the navel of the child connects directly to the mother. So this is a portal. The navel of every human is not an ordinary thing. It is a portal to the spiritual world. So when God told, you see, you understand what I'm saying? So for God to tell the Israelite that your navel was not cut, it means the spiritual portal, the spiritual door connecting your navel to your mom was not closed. So anything that your mom is going through, the hardship, the pains, is highly transferable through that particular mainstream. So God was telling the Israelites. So for Jacob to bless Joseph, he said to Joseph that, may the blessings of the womb follow you, but I have closed the portal that connects you and your mother, because in your mother's family there were curses over there. The uncle of your mother was an idol worshiper, and you are aware of it. The uncle of Joseph's mother was an idol worshiper. When you read the Bible, you could see it. So through the patterns of the bloodline, through the connectivity of the navel, it is highly transferable. The curses can connect to you and work against you. So God, in his own infinite wisdom, when the entire Israelites were going through troubles, God decided to decode the patterns of the bloodline for these particular people. He says, the reason why you are going through that challenge is because from the source of your mother. From the source of your mother. From the source of your mother. So you see, all these things, you need something. So in order for you to be blessed, have you asked yourself why a woman will carry a child for 9 months and sometimes beyond the 9 months, then only for her to give birth and the child will go mad? Haven't you seen countless of people walking on the street who falls within the range of 18 to their early 30s or late 30s? Haven't you been seeing it? They have run mad. Do you know why? The womb that carried them, the womb that bore them. Why would a child be brought to the world and decide one day go to a fetish priest or a priestess and use the parent as sacrifice to amass an illicit wealth? Where exactly did he get that ideas from? That idea, that sort of evil ideas, where did they get it from? Ask yourself, where did they get that sort of evil ideas from? Why would people get up one day, stand on the highway, catch people, unalive them, take some part of them? There are some people who have become spiritually wicked people. They kill without showing any sign of remorse. There are pastors. There are high dignified individuals in society who have become wicked. They kill their fellow human and use them for sacrifice. Have you asked yourself why? It's because of the womb that carried them. When they were in the when they were in the womb, when they form a zygote or whatever, in the womb of their mom, the wickedness was transferred onto them through that portal. So they became corrupt even from infancy, even from when they have not been brought to the world. All these things happen. You think the world is as high you think it is, right? Things functions beyond what human mind can comprehend. So get that. So to get all this, you must get somebody, because some of the blessings, it takes only the intercession of a senior prophet to intercede on your behalf, or else you will never get it. Sometimes too, you need a spiritual guru who has attained to a higher light, who is highly illuminated, to assist you in the realms of the spirit, to guide you every now and then to attain to a higher height in the realms of the spirit. Get that. So Danny Che, if you are asking me how to get all these and all the troubles, how to get all these blessings, please, you must understand that you need the intervention of a prophet. Have you asked yourself why Jesus went to John the Baptist? For John the Baptist to lay his hands on him and then baptize him just like that. Have you asked yourself why Jesus was taken to the great prophetess Anna, a woman prophetess who was 84 years of age, laid his hands, her hands on Jesus and prayed for him? A great priest called Simon also laid his hands and performed certain needful rituals for Jesus. All these things were done for Jesus. And you think you can just come to the world and go just like that? No, things doesn't work like that. You need the assistance of somebody. All these things, it was Jacob who interceded on the behalf of Joseph. So get that. Joseph didn't get all these blessings just like that. It was Jacob who was gifted this particular blessing from the father. You know that the blessings was transferred from Abraham to Isaac, and from Isaac it was transferred onto Jacob, and from Jacob it was transferred onto Joseph, and it kept on from genealogies just like that. So when Abraham saw to it that before the promise of God upon his life will come to fulfillment, he needs a great priest, a senior prophet. This is where, when he had gone to fight with the neighboring towns and conquered them out, on his way back, he heard about the great Melchizedek. So Abraham had no option than initiate to the end of Melchizedek, where when he went to Melchizedek, he didn't go there to become arrogant. He didn't go there to sabotage Melchizedek. He didn't go there to go and disrespect Melchizedek. He didn't go there to do anything to affect or to tamper with the happiness of Melchizedek. But rather, Abraham went to Melchizedek, subverted himself, humbled himself, and then Melchizedek laid his hands upon him and pronounced a blessings upon his life and gave him the necessary directions or rituals that he needs to perform for God's promises to come into fulfillment. So that is how it is. When you meet people of our type, we can show you secret to life, give you the necessary codes and seals, then you become a hit. Understand? So around here, well, please leave a comment for me. Leave a comment at the comment section for me. Hey, you need for OPATAFUOR. And easy. So that is how it is. That is how it is. Please, you can leave a comment for me. You can leave a question for me as well. So, all these are the blessings that human can have as far as this particular 12 blessings is involved. But when you transcend beyond human existence, you can have 21 blessings. You can have 21 blessings. And I have certain blessings that I don't use it here on earth unless I ascend to a higher dimensional world. That I use those blessings over there. Have you asked yourself why when Enoch went to heaven, he was given a grace to an extent where all the archangels and the other angels, they bow to him. They show him reference. Do you know why? It is a blessing or a favor that functions at the cosmic level, not on human realm. Not within this human realm, okay? Not this human realm. Not this human realm. Have you asked yourself why Elijah was taken to heaven live just like that? They sent the chariot of God to come and take Elijah. He never tasted death. Now, have you asked yourself, when Elijah went to heaven, the blessings they bestowed upon him, the seals they gave it to him, have you asked yourself? So there are deeper and higher blessings beyond human realm. It's just that when you go to your so-called churches, Sundays, the pastor come to church, make noise and go home just like that. He is only interested in Kofinia and stuff. Big ups to my wonderful pastors in this building. I believe you all are functioning properly and swimming in the pot of health as well. Charlie, who a question be a fatu comment section on into us and to us. Who a question be a fabra? Adaroma. My church movie. OPATAFUOR is a troublesome person. My goodness. Please, if you have any question, with all due respect, bring the question out, okay? Now, there's a question coming from Jaffa. It says, please, Prophet, is destiny swapping a real thing, and how does it happen? Oh, yes, you can swap it. Somebody will tell you, hey, it's a lie. Everybody's destiny, you can't temper. Who told you? What do you know about life? You think life is about Genesis and Revelation, right? You think what you learned in Sunday school is what all life is about. You think life revolves around what you know. No, life goes beyond what you know. So get that. You can change it. Have you asked yourself why God will create somebody to become a pastor and the witches in their family will make them a thief and a drunkard? You think these alcoholic addicts walking on the streets in our vicinity, you think they don't have a destiny, right? They were given a destiny, a promising one as such. But the witches and wizards in their family, the dark entities in their family, has changed the narration, the narrative concerning their destiny. The witches in their family have changed it. The narrations concerning their destiny has been changed. So they can change your destiny and switch it. Or somebody can tap into the blessings you have and give it to his or her son, or take it by himself. Now, sometimes we have biblical evidence, but people tend to debate over issues. Have you recognized or realized that Bible says Jacob, the blessings that was bestowed upon him by his father Isaac, it wasn't his own. It was a blessing that was meant for Esau. But Jacob and the mother manipulated system by deploying schemes and tactics to take what doesn't belong to him. So, if the blessings was to be given to Esau, it means the sons and daughters of Esau will become the 12 families of Israel. But destinies were switched. And today, the 12 sons of Jacob are the 12 tribes of Israel, which God's heart is after every now and then. So if you sit down and you allow a Sunday school teacher, a pastor who doesn't have the in-depth knowledge about the things of parapsychology and things that are highly susceptible to paranormal, lie to you that once you believe in God, who told you? At a single twist, just like that, the destiny of Job was changed. A rich man became a poor man, functioning within the levity of pains. Be there and think that nobody can change my blessings. You are a joke. When you meet a higher principality, they will Now, Victor says, I salute you, senior. Please, a lot of us are in trouble with our destiny and blessings. Please, what should we do in the meantime? In the meantime, you must pray. And when you keep on praying and things doesn't work, you must fast. When you keep on fasting and things doesn't work, please, you must sow a seed. If the seed doesn't work, you must live a righteous life. After doing all these things and still you are suffering like Satan, please navigate your way to a senior prophet, as how Abraham did all these things, but still he was not living as it was expected of him. So he navigated his way to the great Melchizedek, for Melchizedek to look into things for him, and things changed. Victor, I can rewrite it for you to enjoy life. Victor. My goodness. Mekai say prophet bia ofri Namibia bae na prophet ne bae na obompae na opa gift bi ena nyame ka kire nse omra me ho omra na me will see you ne passcode me yaman. I was shocked that God directed this man to come to me directly. Now buy me hwe ni din am born mafia sa osusa anadwona otibi suama ma heavens ebe kasa me ka kire say man kam kire say abrantie na masoma na ba ho no ya de man so waja wadawro ma di mu nam didie me dawo me yama no dodo born mafia be 3 months. One day God says, OPATAFUOR, if you don't do it, what I'll send the higher ones to come and do to you, you never like it. But mafia sana one day me friend na me didn't tell us, and I'm saying, Massa, what you are demanding for, it's not an easy thing. So go and do this, go and do that, go and do this. Now he's one of the big men in wherever that he is. So that is just by the way. I'm the senior most. Okay, so Nana J Genie senior says, Papa, please when Jesus died, did he go through all the process humans go through before Abraham bosom? That was why he arose on the third day, where as far as he bears the identity of mortals or mortality, he needs to go through that to be declared as a righteous and holy one. Yeah. Now, during Sewa says, please, is it that Jesus did not have the rightful authority over them to destroy them as at that time? No. You see, there are some things you can't destroy it. There are some things you can't destroy it because there are seals on it. There are seals. Once something has a seal, you can't destroy it. So not everything was destroyed by Jesus, but we assume all things had been conquered because at the initial stage, no human would have been able to even confront higher heavens to an extent where he will have the opportunity to break certain curses and stuff like that. But when Jesus stepped into the scene, he interceded on our behalf. By his intercession or mediation, it has given us that rightful authorization to confront every situation that we find ourselves in. So get that. So by the virtue of the blood, you can stand tall and confront all these things. OPATAFUOR. Oh my goodness. Kwadwo Piase, Papa, why you too much mafia? Kwadwo, mami nka se minchiro. Mami ma secret kit we. Mami nka se minchiro. Now, unim say obi wo ha enhira na ekura no. Agi se be fasting 40 days. And sana matimi rewrite code no. Na atimi aye successful. Now imagine say nipa we oba ya opese OPATAFUOR obo ano at once no okọ onye hwe ono kra on say like you feel so you're entitled to it. It made them a few. Ananias, God told Ananias to go and pray for Paul. The then Saul who later became Paul. And Ananias delayed that movement, that action, 3 days, 72 hours, for Paul to suffer well before he went and did whatever that was needful. When God told Elijah to go and bless Elisha, hand down everything, he did it partially, and then told Elijah that the day that I'll go, that is the day that I'll give all to you. You see, at that time, Elisha has not served Elijah. He has not done anything for Elijah. And you want me to sacrifice my life for you. You want me to fast for you. And if you want something, you know what you're looking for is of value. It is worth highly substantive. Then, me being the head who will engineer everything into fruition, you must pamper me, you must honor me. Me na me ya ade na ma o. O pese me ma o sila. Me na o se o krokro ni. O honor me. Na me timi ye me da, na ma ya ade na ma. But untimi me kan kire me say, who feel say, who problem ni amani emu ntino. By force, me simi ye nyame nipa dia amemwa. Any that moment the menye nyame nipa me ye bonsam nipa. Enti nyame dwuma no mafia wo. Enti na de bia me ka kire wo say, se uhunu kasa na uhunu wanamo ntutu a ubenya enhyira eno na OPATAFUOR maya young guy eti se be onyankopon ama metumi bebrebe wa ma metumi bebrebe ye wo seals bi ni password bi kura nyame de amane a mitime dwene saa na ye me nwanwa mitime dwene saa na ye me nwanwa mitimi dwene saase a opatafo edidie na maye enye se me ye trinini o me ye bad boy me nye trinini but minim how a yesi ni awurade nante se ne yesi ema awurade ye kese minim said oh David knew how to make God glorified. David knew how to pamper God. That is why God bestowed upon him all sort of blessings. And the uhunu okasa odifo opatafuo uhunu okasa me I can make you go and sleep. Tell you to resign for your work. Resign, go and sleep. Trust the voice that is speaking to you. But you will never beg. Do you know why? Masa, ya many kosu and yen nioma ne ufi se many kind. Nioma wo many so. And the mamin can you yes abrofono motia and nioma wo many so many kosu and so. Nioma was swam the yen nioma. Okasa abrabone easy. Me, when I met Osekofi, most of the times people think Osekofi is not educated. He's highly educated. He has done all his masters. Ask Mr. Osekofi, he will tell you. But when I met you, I told you, Masa, come and follow me. Stop what you are doing. Resign from your work. Follow me. The only thing you do is to wake up, sleep. Wake up, sleep. I'll prove to you how the power of God works. Somebody will ask you how. You wake up, you sleep, you don't do any work, and then you prosper. Master, when God was creating the world, do you know how he did it? Do you know how God commanded lightning and it came to its existence? Do you know how God created the sea? Do you know how God rained manna? Do you know how he did it? Do you know how God divided the Red Sea? Ask Mr. Sekofi, ever since he came to me, from 2019 till today, has he worked before? But how many rich men in this society can be compared to him? It's just that he's a humble man. And God has advised him. He's a humble man. So when you get closer to him, he approaches you with the heart of a child. The heart of a child means he is very humble. Me, to an extent, sometimes I don't even like the way he's humble. I don't like it because me, I'm a mafia guy. You mafia me, I mafia you. But Osekofi, when you want to mafia somebody, then he will be pleading on the behalf of the person. To extent, sometimes he even weeps for the person. And because he's very close to me and I like him, when he behaves in such ways, I don't have a choice. I have to leave everything and let it slip through my fingers. Ask him, has he worked before? But he's richer than these so-called people who has been living a fake life on social media platforms and stuff like that. Where does he get money? Where does he get all this money? Where does he get all this resource? Do you know his expenditure? Do you know his expenditure? Do you know the number of people that he takes care of? Do you know the number of people that Osekofi takes care of? It's just that he doesn't talk. He doesn't bring certain things into limelight. And ask him, what does he do? I can tell you to go and sleep. Do you know me? Say my sword day. Okay, say me Sunday school na me de chere chere. That be my sword day, papa. My sword day. Just that, my sword day. Inia, enti me da se bebre. Charles Kojo Fosini. Me da se bebre. Ay. Estadjuma be di mechi na me nsiesie wa akwama wa estadjuma be ka kire me say onni mechi Esther onni mechi dia cash no hye da nya bi saa o. Hey, Kwajo, praise the Lord. Kwajo says, Papa, I have repented to I go to Pentecost like right now, like you. Okay, I'm a repented soul. Last Sunday I went to the Church of Pentecost. This Sunday I'll go to Church of Pentecost. Every Sunday I go to the church to receive Christ newly. I have repented. So you see, like what I've been saying, let's put jokes aside. A lot goes into it when you want to work something out for somebody spiritually. A lot goes into it. And sometimes some of you people, demons and principalities are fighting you. And the demons that are fighting you are of a higher level. And so, if we make an attempt to tamper with what they have done to you, there is a possibility that they will attack us. So the little respect and little pampering. Let me tell you. So ushia odifu a nyame nsa wo so. Na sister, bra, o krokro ne pa, eni o ma obetimi ayama wo no. Ewi ase kura na ebe shock you. Because from Genesis to Revelation, adifu eba sin ni mu nyina na o mo ye papa. Omo a edi enidie mu a wo mu nyina o ma brabo sesan. Hwe Elisha obaya na awo onye dia. Elisha besiri twam ewo nanim ekobọ mpaye ewo mountains. Na osiesie baabi se a odifuo iba no wada. Baabi odi ni ti beto keke. Hwe kwan a onyame ni pai ehira woman yi eyi bonyini honhom firi ni mu ema ni nya aba ntu fi say woman yi kɔ no kɔ ye dwa ne ahantan a eye ne ho se ono so ye tough and can fi say Elisha beboa hwɛ o read the book of 2 Kings a hwɛ obaya no ye sɔfo maame a ni kuna wuo ama ne ho kyere no a ekom ne ohia ne wo fie na odifu bai sɔfo maame di esu ekɔ odifo ne nase se miwura wadawro ma mi kunu no ye osɔfo nso mi o man koyie nanso binim se wo so na wo ye kesese ne mi kunu o kasa a osoro betie hunu mi mɔbɔ na obi kasa we kyerɛ wo a ebeye de pa na wo moa no ebeye de na wo moa say nipa we uni option wo be boa no because nanum asɛm no atwitwa wakoma mu na ama wakoma ayɛ mmerɛ ɛya na yɛ kasa o kasa nhunu kasa a obedidi kwa nhunu kasa a obedidi kwa Nana J Senior says, it's not us who these men of God has made things looks to us as if we are entitled to everything freely due to how they work for us. Who told you? So don't underestimate the power of God. Peace unto you all tonight. The battle bye bye. Bye bye.